DVP1, in my opinion, was a very informative and progressive course. It helped elucidate a lot of details and expand upon prior knowledge, um, particularly in the vein of project building. When coding in C Sharp, it explained the reason behind using C Sharp, why it's an industry standard in some cases. Part of that is its complexity, being derived from other C-like languages, and it's a very easy to learn language. It's very good for entry-level programmers, and despite that, its complexity does make it very engaging for higher-level programmers, and it provides more and more for them to do, um, given they put in the time to learn. It's flexible and well supported within the industry, being created by Microsoft in the .NET framework, and its versatility makes it a very popular program among game developers using Unity and web developers and the like. We also learned about methodologies such as Agile versus Waterfall when making a project. Agile is typically used for sprints and getting results quick, whereas Waterfall is very structured. It's, you could say, by the book. Agile has a less linear structure, and it's built upon getting things done, and due to this, it's used more for the projects themselves, whereas Waterfall, being designed linearly, it's more of a legal and a business project structure. We also learned about GitHub in how it pertains to version control, those three types being local, distributed, and centralized. But it provides many tools such as issues. You can set up projects such as these. And it's easy to see why it's become an industry standard tool. Another very helpful aspect of this course was developing a solution, the logical process behind creating a project. You could start with UML sheets, how it outlines what a program will need. We also spoke about pitching ideas, project scope, a lot of the quote-unquote behind-the-scenes parts of creating the project before you even get into the code, which do help to create a more professional environment. And as for the coding challenges, we had swap name and backwards, which were both very concise, simple programs. There wasn't much going on, and what they did was very basic. So if we pop open console here, name swapper is simple. It prompts you for a name, you enter that name, and then it will swap it by sending those name variables to a custom method and just reversing them. Meanwhile, backwards is similar. It will ask you for 6 words. And it reverses what you enter. By comparison, age converter and temperature converter are more moderate in terms of complexity. They'll take the user input and pass it on to a custom method just as the prior two, but once they're there, it there's more math involved. And I found while doing this that you have to be careful with how you do the math. A misplaced parentheses can easily give you an entirely different answer. So as you can see, it'll ask how old you are. I say 19. And from there, this program takes your name or your age, I should say, and converts it into days, hours, minutes, and seconds. Meanwhile, the temperature converter takes a user temperature, let's say 21, and converts it from one scale to another, so Celsius to Fahrenheit, Fahrenheit to Celsius, etc. And Big Blue Fish, the big baddie of the course, seemed simple at first. Then the more you tried getting through it, the more it tripped you up. The solution we found to this was utilizing a for loop and then 2 if statements. So if we go into my code and look at this, you'll see, I don't know where my cursor is, but you'll see the for loop and the if statements. It's set up so that if one loop does not run, neither runs. That being said, if user selection equals color array, the index of the color array, that means if the user selection is equal to orange, for example, then it'll pass on to the next loop. But if the next loop does not pass through, neither will pass through. It'll toss an error. So, here we go. This took a while to figure out, but it was well worth it. And that's the showcase I have for projects themselves. As you can see, my menu offers validation and an exit, and yeah.